Hi everybody, this is Tina with Rehatch Designs, and I'm here today to make some snippet rolls for my boho journal. And this is probably a little different than any other snippet I've done. It's a lot more blingy, and that's in keeping with this journal. If you're new to my channel, let me show you what I'm making. I am almost closing in at the end of making this journal, and we've been on a journey together making this journal from the beginning. And as you can see, it's got a lot going on, okay, and it's got even more going on the inside. So I want my snippets to reflect the whole journal, so we're going to kind of roll with that. Put that over here, put it up here, we go. Okay, and if you're not familiar with snippets they can be either paper or fabric or both, of basically long strips of leftovers that you put together and then you sew, and you put them on your pockets of your journals, or you'll put them on the sides, or maybe a belly band, or that's kind of how I use them a lot for belly bands, and I use them for pockets and just embellishments, and just kind of put them out throughout the journal. So what I'm going to do is take out a lot of stuff that I have. First thing that you want to do when you're using your snippets is, this is my, I have a box. I used to have like a jar, which is kind of a joke. A kind of a box of any extra small pieces of lace or anything that you don't, when you're done with the project, I just throw it all in here. And these are some that I kind of picked out that might work, that I put in this little baggie to put up here. There's other ones in there, but those, I just quickly picked some of those out. Okay, and then I have, see, I have two more pieces that need to go in there, and I was going to put these in there. See, I've just kind of been collecting them with a little cup over here so that I would have them. And some of these are really small pieces, but that's okay, because sometimes that's all it takes. All right, it's just a little small piece here or there. Okay, and I keep them around just so that I have it. I'll just keep my cup over here, and then I used to keep my little jar on my desk and then just fill the jar. Well, it's just overflowing. So, okay, so anyway, see, here's more. All right, anyway, so I'm going to put that aside. I have got this tool, and I'm pretty positive I'm going to use some of this, because I've got an idea. I don't know what colors obviously. Let's see, need some purple. This is just bunched together. I don't think it's a whole thing, so I'm not going to take that out right this minute, because that'll be a problem. And I'm sure I have all different colors in here. I've just picked it up for different things through the years, and of course I only need a tiny bit, and then I wind up with all this stuff. So okay, so I'm going to kind of keep these on top so I have them. All right, and the other thing that I have that I love using when I make snippets, let me put that in here. Oh gosh, it's going to be a mess, I can tell. I don't think my desk is big enough to do this. Is I like to use eyelash trim. I have a whole thing full of it. A lot of it's white, so I don't have that much. It's just, I bought some, and it's like, a lifetime supply. So anyway, I'm going to use that. All right, and I'll put that over here. Take that up there. I've got a bunch of gold trim pieces that I put in this little baggie. That doesn't seem to want to open. Here we go. So I have those in here. Then I have a bunch of different pieces of lace. And I also have my ribbon that's not pieces right next to me. Just in case, you know, I need a certain color or piece or something. The other thing I have is, this is my bling bag. And I've had this stuff forever. I'll show you mainly what it is. Okay, so this is all different kind of sequins, and the reason I have them all is, gosh, let's see, my middle son is 30 years old, and when he was 15, on homecoming, he was, I don't know, their theme was Elvis something, and he was Elvis, and so he had to have a costume that looked like Elvis. So luckily, you know, homecoming's in the fall, so I bought an Elvis Presley outfit at, I think it was Party City at the time. And it was just very plain, but it was at least, you know, the outfit with the bell bottoms, and then it didn't have the cape. So I went ahead and I blinged that thing up. The bell bottoms, the, you know, just the Elvis thing. And I made a cape with the big eagle on the back of it. And I, you know, I used all these sequins. Well, I still have them. I haven't had a need for them. But I thought, actually, that's not true. A couple Halloweens ago, I made a costume with some of these. But I thought I may actually use some of these, you know? I might actually use them. So anyway, I'm going to do that. Now, here's the thing. I don't know whether I'm going to sew. Oh, and I have feathers, by the way. I have some feathers. I'm not sure I'm going to use them. But, you know, I might. I don't know. I don't know yet. I like to keep an open mind about these things, okay? So I'm going to put this back in this bag because otherwise they'll go all over. Now I lost track of what I was going to say. Oh, I'm not sure that I'm going to sew this when it's done. Because if I put sequins on it, I may sew it and then put the sequins on. I'm not sure. Because if you put any kind of bling or anything like that on there, you know, you're going to rip your sewing machine apart. But even then, some of the pieces of sari have all this on it. And I am doing some sewing in this journal, but not a lot. Simply because, you know, I don't want to ruin my sewing machine. So, you know, the things I can sew, I do, but I'm not sewing everything because of that. You really don't want to do that. Anyway, all right, so what I use for my snippets is I use double-sided tape, and this is 1 inch. I like the 1 inch. To me, it's a good size. And I take that and I cut off a piece around 15 inches. I think this is 15 inches. Well, maybe it's 16. 15, 16 inches, somewhere in there. And so one side will be sticky. The other side has that wax stuff on it. Okay, so what I do is I use the double-sided tape to get me going on this. And I think what I want to do, I have all these little remnants of sari here. And then I've got my sari silk that I dyed, my lace, everything. I have to decide what I want to do here. Do I want one color and then on top, build on top, or I guess I could just try it and see how it turns out, okay? I think what I'm going to do on this is I'm going to take some of my sari silk and I'm going to just put it flat on here. And I want it to cover this. Well, it's not. I need to turn it around so I can actually see it. Boy, this is the stickiest tape, let me tell you. Which is a good thing, but you know, it's stuck to my hands. I can't do anything with it. Okay, I'm just trying to get it to where it covers this. And if you haven't watched this video, I did a video in dyeing the sari silk, and it was really cool, but I love how it dyes up. It's different than a synthetic, you know, because I did my, what do you call it, ribbon, I can't think of what it's called now, seam binding, and that's a synthetic, and it didn't take the dye as well. I mean, it looks good, but it's not the same. And sari silk really is not that expensive for a big wad of it. And I mean, I've had mine, gosh, forever. I mean, we don't use super large quantities of things, so, well, it's buckling right there, but that's okay. All right, so I'm going to cut that off. All right, and I'm going to go ahead and use that. Now, I'm going to be, obviously, I have no more sticky on there. And when I sew this, I sew right through here, okay? I'll sew right through it, and my sewing machine does fine with it. And what happens is when I get done, I can peel this off and just stick it on my page or whatever I'm doing. You don't have to do it that way, but you have to start with something. So I figured, oh, well. I mean, you can just start with ribbon or whatever, piece of paper. Okay, so I think, I don't have a clue what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to take pieces first of material that have purple in it, and I am going to use that first, okay, and just kind of, and I have to watch it. When I do this, I'll cut really fast, and I have cut my fingers lots of times, so I'll just cut pieces. And okay, here we go. This one's very wrinkly, so it might be kind of hard. And I might take some other pieces of, and you want your pieces not much wider than this, because you're going to basically put them, you know, on here every which way. So now there's lots of people who ruffle them as they do it. I have done that sometimes. I'm not going to do it on these because I kind of want a different look. I might do it on some of them. I just don't know if I want to do it on these. And I'm just cutting pieces. And I will just take these and drop them on here in different spots. Now, a lot of times when I have the tape on here, I'll drop all these pieces and they'll go on like that. And so the tape provides that. But I kind of wanted to have this on there a little bit first, because I thought it might be good if there's gaps in there, you know, because I'm going to put that down and put some lace and some other things, and we'll see. Might not turn out at all. Like I said, I've never done one before, so I don't really know. You know, I could prepare and do these ahead, but I figure, you know, y'all might as watch me fail if I, maybe, I think it's good for me to watch people, especially, you know, the rock stars of journaling, and when they mess up, because I see it and I go, wow, okay, that's good. I mean, it's not good that they messed up, but it's, you know, I mess up all the time, so I just, you know, well, that is not going to tear. Anyway, this stuff is really lightweight, which is good. So it won't bulk up my page too much. And I'm going to try not to add too much little blingy stuff, because otherwise, I don't know. I'm already worried about this journal because it's just, ooh, I got a lot of stuff. I've actually decided I'm putting less pages in it and less things. I've got enough. I knew I would have enough for one more journal, but I think I'm going to have enough for two. So I am making 2 more journals similar to that. I cannot make 2. There's no way, guys, I could ever make 2 journals together the same, because first of all, I don't have the same things, but also I don't know if I could, I don't think I could do it. I mean, I'm sure I see people out there that do it. They'll come out with 3 or 4 journals and they'll go, okay, just look at this one because the others are the same, just maybe not in the right order. Well, I couldn't even do that. There's no way. No way I could do that. Absolutely no way. I would go nuts. Just even trying was just, the thought of it is overwhelming to me. Okay, so I'm going to take those off for a minute. Move them to the side. And I probably won't use them all on this one, but anyway, I'm going to take some of, what color do I want to use? I'm going to use the gold. I'm going to take some of this stuff. And this is why I didn't want it roughly, because I'm going to put this on. And it's going to kind of be gathered a little bit. Okay. And I would do it with my machine first, but I don't, you know, I just think it would be, I'm just going to kind of put it like, I think that's the color I want. Maybe I want a different color. Maybe I want silver. No, I'll stick with the gold. Okay. Y'all don't want to watch me wait for, to do this. I'm just going to do a little zigzag kind of around here. All right. And I do that to give me a little bit of wiggle room as to where I put this. Okay. I was going to get my pins out and I forgot. Oh, well. I'm going to do that. Where's my little thingamajiggy? I know I'm going to get glue all over me, but I'm going to do my best to have that happen a little later. Okay, I'm going to do that. Just kind of bunch it a little bit here and there. I don't want it too bunched up, but a little bit. I don't want it flat, is what I'm, basically all I'm saying is I don't want it flat on there, okay? I just kind of want it a little bit here and there. And, you know, you could certainly sew through this. It's just the, oh, there's some kind of paper stuck to that. Get that off of there. Where did that come from? I don't even know. Probably from some other project. And so that will hold it, okay? And I'm going to put that down there. Let me make sure the last half stays. And you don't want it perfect, okay? So that already looks cool, doesn't it? Okay, that goes in the scrap bin, right? Okay, got glitter going everywhere. So then after that, I'm going to take, there's still wet pieces on here, so I'm going to take some of these, and I like to take the same piece that I cut up, like there's, you know, 4 or 5 pieces, and I like to take it and kind of just put it in different spots so that I know it's distributed evenly. And I will put those there, there, maybe there. I know it doesn't look like much yet, but it will. Maybe put that there. Put that there. And we don't have any of those, so I'm going to do that. Maybe put that up there. We need to put a few pink ones in there. And that glue is still wet, and I don't need a lot of it because if I sew this, then it's not an issue. And I think I probably will sew it and then put the sequin stuff on later because, you know, or I could put the sequin down the middle and then sew it. I don't know. I don't know, guys. We shall see. But I just start piling them on there, okay? You're going to run out of glue and then just put a little dab of glue on there. Oh, those are 2 together. We can't have that. We have to turn that over and go the other way. Cannot have that. Cannot have 2 the same. Okay, now this is stuck to my finger. That can go right here. And then maybe put this one right here. You can barely see the purple under there, huh? But you can a little bit, and that's kind of why I wanted to put that in there. I want something. You could have just used ribbon and then maybe used the sari silk chopped up in there. Probably would have been better because, you know, you can barely see it, but you can kind of see it. So anyway, then let's see what I'm going to put. I did want to put some of this on there. See, I got to decide on this whole sequin thing if I want to mess with it, because this has sequins in it. Let's see. I may or may not do that. If I do, I have to put more glue on it because it's not going to hold with what I have. So I really would like to sew it. Maybe I'll sew it at this point and then go back in, and then, because I just really don't want it falling apart, so I like that too. But let me see what else I got over here. Okay, I think I'm going to take a little bit of this lace and chop it up, because you don't want big pieces. Take a little bit of that. And you don't want to cut just square pieces. You want to have, look, see, that's stuck to my finger. Oh gosh, here we go. I might as well put that down then. I didn't put the top on. Might as well put that there. See, even that piece is too big. You know, just do that. I know it doesn't look like much, but somehow it always works out in the end. I don't know how. It just does. Or at least I think it does. It does, you know. It just, to me, it always ends up looking cohesive, is what I'm trying to say. And a lot of it to me is putting the same type of stuff throughout it, through the whole thing. That way it kind of, you know, that's why I take the pieces and I go from one end to the other. Like this needs something there, so I don't know what. Already got that. It doesn't have this. I'll put that there. Get down. Come on. Oh my goodness. Okay, so now it definitely needs some gold of some sort. I don't want to just put a piece down the middle. I want to cut pieces. Put that right there. I don't know. Maybe I don't want to put the same piece right next to each other, so I'm going to put that there. Ugh, here we go. Yeah, that needs to go down a little bit more. All right, let me see what other, I've got this other stuff here. Do I want to put that on there? I might. What are some of my other choices? I think I want to maybe put some of that. This stuff never lays flat though. It drives me nuts. I am going to put some of it, but it does drive me nuts. Because it just never lays. I could put that there. You know, I could just put a long strip down the middle, but I don't know if I want to do that. I don't know how that would look. It might actually look good. Oh my goodness. Well, let me get that one off in case I decide to do that. I actually think it needs some other kind of lace. I have yellow. Yeah, it doesn't work. Oh, black. Maybe it needs a little black. That's what it needs. It's funny how when you do things, sometimes, you know, you'll do something will just need like a touch of black or a touch of white. It's just kind of weird. I don't know. Yeah, it's too close. Needs to go there. I mean, I don't know why that is. I mean, I'll do something, and even, you know, in decorating a room or something, you'll put that one piece in there, and it'll all of a sudden it'll go. And then let me see. I actually don't want that there because it's covering the gold too much. You're going to move. I'm going to put you down here. And I'm going to put one more little tiny, I have a different black over here. I don't like putting the same thing everywhere. It kind of bugs me. So that's going to have to move because I can't have three the same in there. That just won't work for me. Move that aside. And you know, I use the pieces even after I have glue on them. I just, you know, because they're gonna work. Just kind of makes them a little stiff. Okay, so I got that. It definitely needs more gold. So I think what I would do is, I don't know, I want to put something down the middle. I don't know if there's enough glue on there to make that stick. I have to definitely put more glue. Yeah, that could be kind of cool. All right, I'm going to go with that. The whole idea of doing these is to not think too much, so I'm not going to put a lot of thought into it. Okay. I'm telling you, the reason this is a pain, because see, they're all twisted, and it's kind of hard to get it to stay down, so I don't use it nearly as much as I probably would if it wasn't such a pain to use it. And I have no idea, I don't remember where I got this. It might have been at Hobby Lobby when they had their big clearance sale, because I had seen it before and it was really kind of expensive, and I just, I didn't want to pay for it. Now see, everything's sticking to my fingers. Where'd my little spatula go? I also want to do this. This will kind of keep it down over here while it's drying. Okay. This helps me a little bit so then it doesn't stick to my fingers. See, all the little leaves are curled, so it's kind of hard to get them to stay down. Got something else stuck to my finger. Okay. If I have to pull this in close to me and y'all can't see it, I'm sorry, but sometimes I just have to get it closer so I can actually physically do it. All right, come on. See, this is why I don't use it. It's really hard to get down. I guess I could kind of maybe iron it, you know, not directly, but like, you know, with something over it. And then that might help, you know, because it's really a pain in the butt. Okay. Now, if I don't put sequins on it, then I'll sew it. But if I do put sequins on it, I probably won't. And you know, I may not sew it because unless I sew it with like gold thread, I don't think it'll look good. I may just leave it. I mean, I'm sure it's going to stay. I don't have any worry about that. Because this stuff is like, oh my gosh, a 3-in-1. Try getting that stuff off of something after it's dry. Whew, good luck. It's like super glue for fabric. It really is. I guess it glues a lot of other things too. What does it say? I don't know. I don't know. Doesn't really say. It just says advanced craft glue, but it doesn't really even say. Fabric tack says it's for fabric, but I bought this because I think I saw something where someone said it's the same thing and the ingredients are exactly the same, and it is the same. It works the same. It's a little bit cheaper. Used to be a lot cheaper, but now I think it's, you know, the word's out. So I'm going to cut that on the end. Oh, I think that turned out cool. And I'm just going to go like that to get it all smushed down and get it glued down. All right, and I probably won't sew it because there's so much stuff in there that could be a problem. Okay, so I'm gonna let that all dry. And it's not even that, I just don't know. I guess I could do it black, maybe would look good. I just don't know. I don't know. I'll have to think about it. But anyway, I think it looks kind of cool. So there's one, okay? And then let's see here. Let's do I want to use the, I like using the sari silk in the back, but I just kind of think we're wasting it to some degree because you can see it a little, but you can't see it a lot. It just kind of covers it. So I think the next one, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to use sari silk in it, but I'm going to put it like as a, you know, I don't know how to say it, just as a additive, just like some of the rest of the material. Now, see, you know, the thing is, you could put this on the side of a page, you could put it as a belly band, and then you'll still have enough for like a pocket or something. So I like to make it, you know, a decent size for that reason. But anyway, let me put this aside so it will dry. Just have to find a free space, okay? Let's see here. Let's do, okay, I got an idea. I have an idea. All right. So what happens when you wing it? You just don't know what you're gonna get. So all right. So I'm gonna do another one. You can make it about 16 inches. Just pull that off of there. I could have done it the other way. I don't know what I was thinking. All right. I don't know what I want to put underneath there. I think I want to put, where did it go? I have some ribbon I could use. Okay, here it is. Okay, here we go. I don't know if I want, well, I could use that. That'd be cool, wouldn't it? Or I could use that in it, and then, because we're not going to be able to see it, probably. I just don't think that other stuff's wide enough. Where did it go? Let's see how wide that is for this tape. Oh, okay. All right, I'll use this. Why not? I don't want to think about it too much. So I'm going to put this down, and I know you can see through it. but that's okay. Because we're really, as we saw, we're only going to see the edges. And then I'm going to take, I want to do more turquoise in this one. I don't think I want to use this piece. I want to use probably this piece and take some of these pieces. And let's see, probably that, and maybe that. Oh boy, I almost burnt my sari silk there. Okay. Let me see what else. All right. Oh, here's some. That's good. I think that would look good. I'm just grabbing from things. So I don't want to, let me see. I guess I can put some of that in there. I'm going to get some of that. And some of those. Do I want to put, let me see. I thought I had another piece that would work. I really don't want to dig into my whole pieces because, yeah, I think that would be good. All right, and now I mixed up my pile that was over here. Okay, and then I think maybe a little bit of white and a little bit of silver would be good too. Okay, so then I'm gonna take my stuff that I have. I don't know, my tool. I'm gonna go probably, gonna make it bigger than what you need because, you know, or longer than what you need because you're gonna bunch it up a little bit. And I'm gonna go ahead and do this again, do my little, move this up because I'm running out of space. Do you ever notice when you're crafting, you get like within, you know, you get like a 6-inch space after a while? Not going to do it all. I'm going to get some of it for right now. Get my little thingamajiggy. Okay. See, this is why I always have it all over my hands because I don't use my tools. And I'm going to just kind of smush it around. And this is why it didn't really matter that the white was underneath it, because you're going to cover it up, and it's going to be so covered up, you're just not going to see it. The good thing about this ribbon, it's a little bit wider, so we will see the blue peeking through there. So okay, I kind of want that smushed up a little bit more. And you got to realize too that you're going to be cutting this up, so a lot of, like, when you see me put multiple things with the same on there, they won't even be next to each other really, because they'll be on a, oh, I didn't put any glue down there, that's why it's not sticking, I forgot. And guys, the only reason I use a double-sided tape, I used to use like paper, just because it makes it easier to stick down later in my journal. But I used to always like just use paper or a piece of ribbon or something like that, and that works just fine. You don't have to have double-sided tape. I just do it for that reason. And also, when I'm taking a bunch of different pieces, and maybe I'll do the next one that way, and putting them on there, a lot of times I don't have this first piece, like the ribbon, down. I just throw all the pieces down, and then what happens is that the tape acts as a place for it to stick. Now that works really, really well. Let's see, that's too bunched up right there. That works really well when you're doing a paper one, because obviously it will stick to that. But I used to not do them that way, you know, but I did it a couple times and it was actually easier. So okay, so now what I'm going to do is just go ahead and start laying pieces down and cutting them up. I'm not sure if I'm going to put that in there. Not working for me. Okay, let's see. I thought I had a different piece out earlier. Do I want to use that? I thought I cut a piece. Yeah, I did. There we go. Oops. Okay. So I am just going to take this and put some pieces in here of this. Maybe some other ones. And I try really hard not to cut straight pieces, just, you know, little, and not pay any attention to what I'm doing. Because somehow, to me, it always looks better. If you cut a bunch of square pieces, it does not look good. So you kind of want to, and tear them if you want to tear them. But you really don't want to do straight pieces. So anyway. Put that down. Put that down. And I know I left glue in spots, and I'm doing that intentionally because I kind of want to see something real quick. How that's going to look. And you might not think that a little piece like this will do much, but it really does. It's like a, I don't know, I mean, it's enough to do one whole snippet, so, because you're just using little tiny pieces. So what I'm saying is don't throw them away, keep them. And it's kind of hard because I don't know, we keep everything, but it's just, to me, I've used them lots of times, so. And even necessarily, not necessarily fabric you like, because I've done fabric I don't like. Oh, I thought I had another piece of that. Oh, I guess I don't. Oh, well. That's okay. I'll just put something else down. Like I said, what you're going to find out is that these pieces are not even next to each other. Like this might be on a page and that might be on a pocket. So they don't have to necessarily match or go together or do any of that. I'm going to take this and I cut it in my pieces. And, oh, I did have another one. See, it just kind of blew away. I knew that I did. Okay. I'm going to put that there. I do want to put some more over here. And one thing that I do sometimes when I'm doing something, I turn it over. Because I'm right-handed and most people are like this, you will tend to put things all going the same way and you don't even realize it. And if you turn it over, it helps you kind of make things go the other way. So at least that's what I find. I'll put, did I have another piece of that other one? No. Okay. Oops. I'm going to put that over there. That over there. Okay, what else was I going to use? Put a few other pieces in here. And one thing I do know that looks good is that you want things that have contrast, that kind of sort of go along with each other. But, you know, it just depends on the kind of snippet roll you're doing. If you're doing something that's all neutrals, well then, that's not hard. You just pick all neutrals and slap them down there. But if you're doing something like this, you know, you don't want everything to match too much. You want it to kind of have some contrast, or it doesn't have any interest. Okay, I am going to go ahead and pick another color to put in there. Let me see. I think this would be cool. Do I want to put the ribbon in there, or do I want to put that in there? And this is where, actually, I think I'm going to put some lace in there, because I think lace would be good. And I always make sure I cut it up in little pieces, and then I try not to use really thick lace, because I don't want, you know, you're putting layers in here anyway, so you don't want it too bulky. So I will cut pieces up, and let me put a few of those in there. Okay, I did want to put another piece. Oh, there it is right there. I thought I did one. I hope I'm getting this in frame, because I know I'm pulling it toward me a lot. So anyway, this is kind of something that you really should not think too much about, because if you think too much, then it looks too, I don't know, controlled. I don't know how to explain it, but you just don't want to think about it too much. Okay. Right. Yeah. Okay. That one's too big, way too big. I'm gonna cut that. Right. That's still too big, but oh well. I'm gonna put this on the end here. I gotta wipe this off. It's getting kind of bad. All right, there we go. See, it's already starting to look like something, kind of, sort of. Okay, and then I want to put some of this. It's kind of a silvery type material. And I think, I don't know, that doesn't, yeah, I'm going to put a little of that in there too. Put a little of that. And I really kind of like to cut my pieces ahead of time, because then I just slap them in there and I don't think about it. If I do them while I'm going, then I tend to like think, oh, well, what size do I need there? And what shape do I need there? And I don't want to do that. I just kind of want to pick them up and go. I want it to be more random. Okay, I'm going to do that. I don't know how many of these I'll use, but we shall see. Okay. Oh my gosh. Really? There we go. Get that off of there. And I kind of just look around and think, okay, where do we have a spot that needs something? You know, at this point, that's what you're doing. And you may not think that these necessarily go together, but they will in the end. Okay, oops, stop it. And I'm not looking in my little box very much, and that's because I know that a lot of that stuff doesn't really work with this. That's why I pulled some of it out, because it's really a lot of kind of vintage, you know, off-white lace and some of that, you know, go. I think some of it in the journal is good, but it doesn't really, kind of not the vibe we're doing here. Okay, so that's what I did. I'm going to turn that over for a minute and smush it down. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and put something down the middle like I did the other one. I'm kind of trying to figure out what I'm going to use. Oh, here we go. This, well, that might not work. Okay, I'm gonna turn the camera off for a minute because I think I know what I want to use and it's not right here. Be right back. Okay, I found it. I had this little trim and it's kind of like a silvery trim, eyelash trim, but it's not full enough really to put down there. So then I found this pink and I'm gonna try and wrap the two together. I might even double this because it doesn't really have any bling to it. So let me try. I'm gonna double it and see if I can make it look okay. Excuse my hands. Maybe triple it. Let's see. Maybe if I triple it, it'll look good. Let's see. No, it still doesn't have a lot to it. Okay, let me try this. I've got this pink, and I'm gonna try and wrap it around that without making a huge mess of it. Oh, that's not even the bottom. Let me try it again. All right. Yes, sirree Bob. There's probably an easier way for me to do this, like twisting it, but you know. Which is kind of what I am doing, but in my own little weird, awkward way. Okay, now I can twist it better. Okay, so I'm gonna put that down here, but I don't want it kind of like just straight. I want it kind of, you know how I do it, like that, and I think that'll work. Okay, all right, that's it for me. Let me put that on there. And you know, if you're new, go back and look at my other snippet rolls that I've done, and I've done all different kinds. I've done, you know, vintage, and I mean, just every kind you can think of, but you kind of have to go with what you're working on. So I'm going to try and do part of this at a time because honestly, it's going to be hard. Well, maybe I'll get it all down. Let's see. I just kind of zigzag it around, and then, all right. So I'm just going to take this and put it there, and then I'm going to try and go down a little bit and just move it around with the glue that's on there. I can see the glue. You may not be able to. It's coming untwisted. There we go. There we go. Yep, perfect. Absolutely perfect. It didn't make it all the way down, but I can put a little piece of silver on there. Where did that go? Oh, my hand. They're going to be a disaster. What did I do with it? Oh my gosh. I had it. I had it. Well, it'll show up eventually. All right, I'm going to go ahead and cut that. I'm going to cut this so I can move this down here a little bit. All right. Okay, that's going to look cool. Where's my little smusher thing? It's probably stuck to something underneath here. Okay, I lost it. Oh well, it'll show up. It'll show up when I'm done. Okay, I'm going to take this, turn it over, just kind of smush it down so I can get it all in there, and then I'm going to let this glue dry. And I need to make a decision as to whether or not I'm going to sew this. And I haven't really decided that. Ooh, don't come off. It shouldn't stick, but oh well. I think I have enough glue on there. It's causing a problem. And I don't want a straight line, so if I see that, I'm going to mush them around a little bit. Because I'm trying to go more of a zigzag kind of way. Okay. Alright. And I'm going to go ahead and do that. And do that. So, okay. So, I am going to go ahead, and I think I'm going to go ahead and sew these, and I will be right back and show you what it looks like, and probably one other one that I worked on before. Okay, so I sewed them, and this is how they look. This is the first one we did. I did it with black thread, and I think it turned out pretty good. The thing that happens when you sew them, it kind of smushes them all down. So I usually always do a zigzag stitch, and that's what I did there. I did that one also. So I think that turned out cool. And then this is the one that I had, I did on my own. And it's the same principle. Everything's the same. You're just piling everything on top. And amazingly, they turn out really good. So anyway, these are my snippet rolls for my Gypsy junk journal. And I will be making probably a few other items, and then finishing everything up pretty soon. So we will see you soon. Thank you for watching.